And so here we are, another episode of the Overtime Show for the Blast Fall Groups. And you know, we're joined by legends of the server, legends of the broadcast.
Thank you.
Tonight we're joined by the legend of the marketplace, zipeL. I would introduce you as the
Skin Daddy.
CSGO, probably the CSGO skin pimp. I've seen more name tags on pro players' inventories with your name on it than all other name tags combined. But I am curious, how would you introduce yourself to the people who may not know of your fame?
So I guess a good way to put it is launders said. And when we were eating at a restaurant, he introduced me as virtual arms dealer.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a
cool
classy title.
He said that in Noma to the waitress who was asking what we did.
No, you said that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
She said,
you
how would
said
you
it.
describe it? I said virtual skins,
Virtual arms dealer.
I gave up explaining it, and then he took over, and he said he's basically a virtual arms dealer.
Yes.
And then
she
she
was a
looked
little bit
pretty
like-
frightened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was all good.
She was like, is he just selling weapons online? She didn't really get that it was cosmetics, right?
Cosmetics
Yeah.
and virtual skins. So
Yeah.
of course that is your bread and butter, right? Skins, Counter-Strike skins, trading, the whole kit and caboodle. And I've always been curious. I've never asked you directly. You know, we got a little bit of rapport. You do sell me skins. You do sell launders skins.
I'm a zipeL skin mule.
Yeah.
I've never sold launders.
I still
skins.
have.
Sure, no,
I still
you've
have,
sold
like,
them. He's never paid for them.
Yeah, I sold him one skin
I
that he
bought
never paid
one.
for.
No. I told you I want to buy it. I bought it because Zaiwu had it. It was a Talon Fade. And I own it. It's mine, and I'm going to pay you. But I still have multiple Sapphire and Ruby knives that you've lent me and just won't take them back. And they're just sitting in my inventory.
It's not about.
At one point, are they mine?
To
give away.
You've never tried to give them back to me.
I had to put an effort to give them back to you.
You just be like, hey, I'm
done with these.
I'm done with these.
Yeah.
You can take them back.
I like to hold on to them so that you talk to me sometimes.
Yeah, keep it in.
Yeah. you
I'm
know.
curious.
Yeah.
So, obviously, you know, skins not always a part of Counter-Strike history. A big part of Counter-Strike nowadays. For some more than others as well, right? Some people just couldn't care less. But there's definitely some of us that are passionate about it. And I wanted to know, right? The day before skins became a thing in CSGO, were you involved with CS? Were you still playing CS, or was it only afterwards that you started to get involved? You know, what's your history? What's your past? Tell us where you come from.
I played 1.6, but only a little bit because I didn't have a computer at the time. So that was like LAN events in school or whatever, and I sucked. So like nobody wanted to play with me. I just sat there playing other games, and never really played. Played a little bit of Source, but that was on a trackpad, and then yeah, it was horrible. And then I started playing CSGO in maybe 16. I bought like a couple skins, but then just quit after getting rid of them. Didn't really have like a good experience. I think I tried flipping a few items, but never really had any success with it. And then in probably like 2019, March-ish, I started playing again and then buying skins. But I didn't really pay attention to skins being introduced in the arms deal in 13 at all, or whenever it was.
Did we give him a proper introduction? Like, it's obviously one of the top skin traders in the game right now. How would you describe?
I think that's exactly it.
How would you describe the skin trading community?
The community as a whole?
Yeah.
Weird.
Weird. Yeah.
It's a bunch of nerds, right? Like a little bit, right?
But like
the people
fun
who are
too, right?
Super, like, it's a great community, especially like on Twitter. People get together and of course there's the odd drama here and there, but like people are you know, like especially like the Twitter scene in terms of like trading skins has been like a really good thing because it kind of helped people you know, put a spotlight on the people that are taking advantage of others and like, you know, trying to make trading into a good thing where it's not just scamming and stuff like that.
You've legitimized it. I would say
I haven't done it,
No,
but like the community has.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. The community as a larger piece has like legitimized trading to a point now where you can have a community of guys who are just like confirmed, I would say like middlemen at certain times, right? And I think like the thing that I really want to emphasize for the audience at the moment is like, you know, you can play Counter-Strike, take $100 on a Steam gift card and get a decent skin for every single one of your weapons. You know, if you're the type of guy who just wants a cosmetic for every gun, you can do that. But we're not talking that quantity of money when it comes to your trades and the scale of your trades, right? Like we're talking big deals because cosmetics has gone from what was once upon a time just like a smaller ordeal to something with a lot of investment. And there are people who are truly invested in this as a business, as an ecosystem, right? I think you said something really cool today when we were at lunch, where we were talking about Twists, the FaZe player, who is one of the many players, one of the many talent who have come to you as somebody who is trusted in order to make bigger deals in skins. And you were talking about how Counter-Strike is his reality.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Could you reiterate that point and kind of like how you can legitimize justifying copious amounts of money on skins?
Yeah. So I think many pro players are used to just lending skins from players, especially like Chinese players, always at them and want to lend them like outrageous skins. But many of them also get tired of it because you have to send it back all the time. You have to talk to them, and maybe they want a favor or they want something in return, whatever, right? And so a lot of them, at least to like how I feel, how I've experienced is that many of them want to buy skins now instead of just lending. And what he said was, or what we talked about, is that when you're spending more than 10 hours a day in front of your PC or however many hours you're spending, it's like, part of your reality, right? So why wouldn't you want to look good or feel good in the game? If the skins help you do that, then that should be the same as buying a nice pair of sneakers.
Would you be selling art that hangs on your wall if it wasn't for skins?
No.
What would you be doing? Something in finance?
Probably just be working like a 9 to 5.
Economist?
No. I was doing marketing before.
Okay.
But I just couldn't focus, and it was just like the tasks were just so repetitive. And I'm saying that, but I'm just going live every week, opening 1,000 cases.
Okay,
so
that's fun though.
Yeah. But it's still repetitive,
Come on,
right?
that's fun.
But it's
No, it's not repetitive, except when you get blue after blue after blue.
That's repetitive, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
That's true.
So case openings, obviously a part of what you do when you're streaming. YouTube content, Twitch content, Twitter content. Like you said, you've got the community going.
I'm trying to fund Source 2.
Okay.
Through case openings.
You're trying to fund Source 2?
Yeah.
How are you going to give the money to Valve? PayPal?
By opening cases.
Oh, right. Yeah, you're already directly paying them. True. Oh, I get it now.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
So every time I open a case, I'm helping the ability for Source 2 to be created.
You're helping them introduce a sticker capsule you don't want or a new music kit.
Damn it.
I'm still so pissed about the poorly drawn sticker capsule.
Yeah.
I love that. Wait, why? Well, you don't like that?
Nah, man.
The new capsule?
No, the poorly drawn sticker capsules, like all the CT&T models.
That was fun.
I thought it was fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
You're a fun hater.
I'm the problem then. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry,
you didn't.
guys.
You're a buzzkill.
Actually, a couple months ago, I was here in Copenhagen, and I was here like by myself because I just came from Flashpoint in LA, and then a couple like glorious weeks of Copenhagen summer, which is actually one of the most underrated summers in the whole world. And I hit up zipeL because he lives in the northern part of Denmark, like apparently like really close to Pimp or something. And I was like, yo, we hadn't met before. And I actually think I met zipeL through you or somehow, or like somehow.
I knew who you were before Launders knew who you were.
Kind of weird connection going on there.
Because I know skins better than him.
Okay.
But now his inventory is full of your skins, and I've just given you money. So I feel like you stole my friend.
Get cut. All right. So then I had invited zipeL to go to Noma. So we ended up getting.
Why didn't you pay then?
What?
Noma, if you invited me.
Get cut.
Never mind. Yeah.
This guy's like this is the scam artist that you're trying to get out of CS
I'm
trading.
a big guy.
Man.
I don't know anything about anything.
Oh my God.
Anyways, we went to Noma, and he was like, "Yeah, I can go to Noma." And I was like, "Oh, great. Where do you live?" He's like, "Oh, just like in the North Denmark." It's like, I just gotta book my flight. And I was like, "Wait, what?" I thought you were like near me,
Take a cab.
And then we ended up going there, ate about I think 4 dishes that had ants in them.
What?
What?
4 dishes?
Wasn't there? At least.
It was like 18.
No, but that had ants.
Oh, that had ants.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's about 4, yeah.
Yes.
I really want to emphasize the fact that you guys are eating ants. That you paid.
$1,000.
Yeah, that you paid money to eat ants.
Yeah.
I love how
I mean, there was other things, right?
every time we post like a slightly fine dining photo on Twitter,
Yeah.
the funniest comments ever. I love it actually.
Yeah.
It's part of the experience.
Yeah.
It's actually really fun.
It is
'Cause
really
people
fun.
are really creative with
Yes.
their insults.
Yes. What did they call your steak tartare? What was it, that war comment? Do you remember?
War ration vegetables.
Yes.
War ration
Yeah, yeah.
vegetables?
Yeah.
A lovely side of wartime ration
raw
vegetables.
beef with, okay, so it was a beef patty
Yeah.
with an egg yolk on, right? So
Yes.
he called that raw beef with vomit and
Yes.
war rationed vegetables.
Yes. There are some great
And then he
comments
called
that
you a
we get.
70s porn star.
And you can't help but laugh about that stuff, but sometimes it is true. You look at the dish,
Yeah.
it's like tiny and it looks weird and it tastes funny. And it's like,
Yeah.
that was pretty funny
it's
that we
funny.
paid a lot of money for that.
Yeah, like one of the dishes, I don't know if you remember, it was like a shell, and then there was like layers of pastry, and I didn't hear that she said it was ants. So when I bit into it, I was like, I don't know if you feel me on this, but like,
Citrusy.
no, she said that, but it's
Okay.
like, I felt like it tasted like insects. And I don't know why I would know how insects taste, but it's just like, maybe the smell, I don't know, that's weird. Anyway, but when I tasted that, then I, she asked if we liked the dish, and I said, I didn't really like this one, right? And then she goes, well, ants taste like citrus. I'm like, no, they taste like insects. It's bad. But you can't really, like, who you're gonna believe, like Noma or like
That's true.
some dumb trader,
She
right?
definitely like implanted the idea that it
dumb
tastes like
trader.
citrus.
Yeah, but it doesn't.
I wouldn't have guessed
like
before
ants
that.
are bad, and I don't know how they how they prepare them, because like ants, they're raw, right?
Yeah, you just pick them up off the ground.
Yeah, but they're not alive when they're on the plate,
'em up.
and they're not boiled or anything.
Yeah, they're not boiled. They look like they look like they died naturally in perfect
suffocated them.
condition, factory new, and then we ate them.
Yeah.
And that's the most expensive condition.
Now, here's the thing. We've
So it
gotten
makes
to a
sense.
point where you're eating lemon-flavored ants off of food at Noma for ridiculous amounts of money. Money that is fueled.
That does not represent my lifestyle.
I know, but it's a nice
You can
soundbite.
say that.
We did.
Okay.
Now, obviously, skin trading wasn't always that lucrative for you, right? Like, you had a starting point. So I'm curious if you could take the people through the starting point of skin trading. What was
like
the, what,
what I did?
what was the step that got you? I mean, like you
Reveal
said,
your
if it wasn't
trade secrets.
Yeah.
if it wasn't for skins, you don't know what you'd be doing. You said it'd probably be something casual.
true.
So clearly that there was, I'm not going to say it was all mastermind. I know you enough. Or, I feel like everybody in this business has a stroke of luck with a good decision-making process. So what was your decision-making process that got you from that point to sitting here with us tonight?
All right, I'll try to make it short, but basically, my friend got kicked out from his girlfriend's house. She broke up, unlucky. He moved in to my flat for a couple months while he got set up with something else, and he started playing CS. So I was like, yo, I should download as well. I didn't even have a PC at the time, so I bought one, and then I started playing as well. And he was just constantly buying skins, and then he would be like, yo, I'm gonna keep this Butterfly Fate for a year. I love it, it's my in-game knife. And then, how it is, 2 weeks later, you want something else. So he just kept swapping and losing money every time he did it. And I was just like, who's making money on this, right? So then I went into it and I was just looking at everyone like upselling, because at the time there was like, the market was like even harder to get into or like understand, I guess, like pricing and stuff like that. So there was a lot of people just asking absurd prices for the skins. They were just like up market with 150% or whatever. So my initial plan was just to buy a bunch of skins and not be picky about it, and then buy it for like a really good price, so I could then swap those with a trader to get the skins that I wanted, like a D-Lo or whatever it was. But then as I was doing that, I was just thinking, why don't I just sell these skins that I bought back for a profit? And then I just started doing that, and then it kind of snowballed, and I found some people. I found a German trader, because at the time I only had a really limited amount of money. Like my cash flow was really bad. So he was more established and much larger at the time. So we just did a deal where I would purchase all the skins that I could, sell them to him for like a small margin of profit, and then he would just instantly pay me, even though the items, they would send them directly to him, right? So I could just repeat that and then actually operate as if I had a much better cash flow. And that got me like running super fast compared to what it would have been if I just, put in 10K, waited a week, profited $500,
Make sure you guys are writing this down.
Yeah, take notes.
But
that's like the long story short. And then I just, started like branching, like trying to network, made
Building
a
this
Twitter.
community, essentially.
Yeah,
honestly, a part of it, because you're talking about
I'm
a
a
time.
zipeL community member.
Hell yeah. You're talking about a time before that there were services that were aiding in like you're saying price checks, right? I still see it every once in a while on at zipeL CS, by the way, at zipeL CS on Twitter. Sometimes you'll see like a very rare unboxing, right? Somebody who's sitting there just unboxing knives like the rest of us. He hits a case hardened with an incredibly rare float or an incredibly rare pattern, and if that person was in a position 4 or 5 years ago when you're talking about getting into this, then for all you know, right, something that could be valued, something could be selling at like a tenth of the value. Like, I mean, people do get scammed. People do make these mistakes.
But
it still happens.
Way more than, like, I think even, before I started trading was like, even in the start when I began trading, I think it was like almost accepted to just rail people.
Right. That was like, that was a part of the game. It wasn't about.
How it was. It's like, if you don't know, like there's this Russian trader who has this quote, like he said this thing where it's like, if you don't know the value of your item, you don't deserve it.
Right, yeah, it's cutthroat, dude.
But I mean, that's just harsh. But like, some people think like that, right?
Pretty good quote.
But where I'm like, if you open you got lucky, right? And you got a knife that is, you unboxed a knife that is 50K. I mean, why don't you deserve that, right? I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you do deserve it.
It's pretty harsh.
But you also should do yourself a favor and Google it.
Yeah, but it's hard. It's hard
Again,
when it's like pattern-based and stuff like that. It's not.
Oh yeah.
And had you Googled it back then, I don't think that you'd be able to come across people.
problem is,
like
like, if it's a ceramic case hard,
I
you
gave my
search for
nephew
it,
a knife,
Yeah,
and he got scammed in a day and a half.
that's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If only there was that like trade ban
genetics.
at the time. The trade ban could have
Then
saved
he would
him.
have get scammed in
2
8
weeks.
days.
Oh yeah. Yeah. He got
could have
scammed.
enjoyed it a little longer. Man.
Yeah.
That's the last time I gave anything away.
Have you ever been scammed?
I did. I can tell you a horrible story.
What?
Well, it wasn't in CS,
Are you talking about me or you?
but way back in the day
Him.
in Neopets,
Okay.
there wasn't an official trade system at one point, so this is a big deal. I grinded hard for my Neo points, and I remember I got a rainbow paintbrush, cost 200,000 Neo points. And I was, visiting the snow wager to get as many negs as I could. I was grinding Mirka Chase. I was doing all my dailies, getting an omelet, looking for rare things to get Neo points day after day. And I was
Amulet or
going to the school,
omelet?
I was going to the library to use library time to grind all my stuff in Neopets. And then over 2 months or something, I grinded 200K Neo points. I bought a rainbow paintbrush and I went to trade it with somebody. But at the time, they didn't want to encourage that. So I had to do it based on trust. And I remember I asked this guy to trade me for something that he had, another thing, another item that I wanted. And he said, okay, but I don't trust you, so you have to go first. And I remember coming into that thinking, I don't trust these people, like I'm gonna make sure they go first. But then as soon as he told me that he didn't trust me, I trusted him like crazy, and I went first, and then he just scammed me. And I remember sitting there in a library, and I was 10 years old, and I was crying. I lost my 200K Neo points. And then I immediately downloaded a bunch of cheats to play and cheat in all the Flash games on Neopets and got a bunch of Neo points back and earned my money, Neo points back the dirty way after that. That's the lesson I learned.
So that's how cheaters are made.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, so if there was less scammers in the world, we'd have less CS cheaters at the same time.
Yeah.
Scum.
The more you know.
Honestly,
You ever get scammed?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I got scammed in another game as well. In
Not
CS,
RuneScape.
Yeah.
Same.
Oh,
I was about to say like
I got
comparable.
scammed.
That's where
bunch of
everyone
times.
learns.
Oh my god.
And listen,
Yeah.
I was
It's
so
a learning
and
curve.
I will
I
say
was selling
also,
full moon
I'm
in
so happy to
West
get
Bank
scammed in Neopets
bad.
because it's not for real money. Like getting scammed when you're younger in something like that is a great lesson to learn.
Rite of passage.
But it's unfortunate when people actually have CS skins and they're young and then they get scammed when it's actually real money. That's
I mean, one time, maybe in CS, I actually did get scammed. Like, I don't know if it's a scam or it's just, basically I was doing this deal with a guy. I was trying to do a deal with a guy. I wanted his Kato Glock, right? Like the rare Katowice 2014 stickers.
Sure.
Holos on a Glock. Then I kept sending him offers for it. And he's like, I don't like that offer, I don't like that offer, I don't like that offer. I just kept sending offers. And he kept declining them. And then I remember this was when I started trading. It was in 2019. I was still at work. I think it was like during my lunch break or something. And then I sent him an offer for the Glock, but I forget to add the Glock. Oh. So I just sent him all my stuff. Oh. And he just instantly accepts it.
Oh.
And then I'm like, where's the Glock? Where's the Glock? I'm panicking.
Yeah.
I'm checking, and I'm like, there's no way, like, how, I must have added it, right?
Yeah.
And then I started messaging him, and then he didn't actually block me immediately. He started asking me saying like, why would you send it an empty offer, and like, why would you accept it
my
instantly?
God, dude.
And then he kind of like said, you know, I'll send you the Glock if you add these items. And then he just added like 5 grand on top.
No way.
Yeah, but because the Glock was that expensive,
Yeah.
I still did it because it would make my loss less bad.
Yeah.
But I still
He just
overpaid.
forced you to make a bad deal.
Exactly.
And hold on.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What
It
if
could
he,
have been worse.
I was gonna say, what if you sent him all that other stuff and then he didn't follow through? But I'm assuming you added the Glock to the second trade.
What do you mean?
Like you said, he just asked for more.
Oh, no, yeah, he
You know what I mean?
added-
Like,
no, no,
yeah,
no,
you sent him another empty offer, and then he sends you a Glock.
I'm not that dumb, man.
Because you have
Now
sent.
send me the Glock.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Nah.
Because I feel like now, like, because
People
you
do that. People do that.
For
That's
sure.
like common.
Yeah.
Like that happened in RuneScape as well. Like one time, I sent a guy like 2 billion gold or something for like an item, and then he came back. And he's like,
You say billion?
yeah,
Yeah, in
I
RuneScape,
guess
man.
that's-
Yeah,
it's not
2B,
that.
man.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't played
And then you know, like he didn't give me the.
You're trimming rune armor.
Yeah. then like he wanted me to add like more. He's like, I need more before I can give you that. And I was like, nah, I know where this is going. But I think I actually gave it to him anyway. and this-
Blackmail. Wow.
Yeah. But it happens.
Yeah. But nowadays, I mean, I feel like because you've been a part of so many like successful high-profile trades in CS:GO, I mean, you've just watched the market grow, I'm sure as well. Like some of the stuff that we, you know, in hindsight, I think everybody who's playing CS now, who's been playing CS for the last 5 years, is like,
Yeah.
damn, I sure wish I bought a Howl when it was still $500. But at the time when Howl went contraband, it seemed like $500 was a ludicrous price to pay.
I mean, that was not even near 500 back then. Like even in 2019 when I started, the field stood was like $500.
Damn.
So like Butterfly Sapphire, when I started trading, was like one of the knives that I really wanted to get.
Yeah.
And it was like 2 grand at the time. And I was like, no way I'm paying that much for a knife.
Expensive.
And it peaked at like 20K.
Yeah.
Like before summer, and now it's maybe like 12K. But still, you know, that's a 6x, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
In 2 years. So like some items like really.
Do you feel like
Exploded.
there's like less pressure on you now in terms of trading? Because now I feel like, again, because you've been like the figurehead of a lot of high profile trades, like when I decided that I wanted to get a gem knife, right? I wanted a Gamma Doppler Emerald, thanks to James Bardolph. I played too many pugs with James Bardolph.
Yeah.
I saw his inventory and I'm like, damn, I want to be like James.
He bought that from me actually.
He bought it from you and then
Yeah.
I bought it off him.
Yeah.
And thank you, James Bardolph, for selling to me at the same price he paid. And thank you for giving James a good
Oh
price.
yeah, you made money on that one.
Hell yeah, I did.
Yeah.
He's a good guy.
He's a good guy. That's what I mean. It's like you are a good guy now
Oh.
because. Cheers to that.
Yeah, cheers.
It's like nowadays you are helping out. Again, like I said, like we see your name tag on like Lucky, for example, right? Normally at Blast, I feel like we have name tags
Is
disabled.
that how you got a dragon lore?
Huh?
Okay. Sorry, Lucky. Were you talking about Lucky from Astrology?
Yeah, like Lucky right now, he's got the dragon lore with the crown foil. He's got a.
That's not mine.
That's not his. Okay.
Okay, what about the butterfly knife? I think it's a ruby.
For Lucky?
Yeah.
No.
Because it has @zipeL on it. So now I'm telling you that somebody who you lent a skin to, because I know that at one point we were casting Furia. In the peak of the pandemic, we were at home casting Furia,
bad.
and all of Furia's players had
unlucky.
@zipeL on
Yeah,
their
they
knives.
had. Yeah.
But because on broadcast name tags are disabled, because of a couple certain players past,
Yeah.
we, nobody at home sees that. So for all they know, they're like, damn, Furia's just balling in skins. But I see that it's just you sending players you like a bunch of your surplus. You know, again, like there's a lot of zipeL skin mules.
I kind of want to know where
Where did Lucky's knife come
butterfly
from?
name tag comes from.
Yeah.
I swear it's @zipeL.
That's probably like Device or something that I lent a knife and then he just sent it to Lucky and never seen
To
it
the
again.
next stopper, yeah.
That's bad.
still a lot of
Do you
trust.
think you're losing track of the skins that you lend out to people?
Dude, how many, do you know all the skins that I have that you lent me?
No.
Do you have, yeah,
mean,
so
like,
there's definitely a lot of skins out there that you
No,
don't.
but I only like lend stuff to people I trust.
Like I said, I went to buy a Talon fade.
Talon fade.
And then he was like, oh, just pick one. And I was like, what? And I went to inventory and there was like 9 fades. I'm like, oh my God.
Yep.
This is so overwhelming. But it was fun looking at all the beautiful Talon fades.
Good. I'm happy you enjoyed it.
Thank you.
What's your favorite skin of all time?
Ooh, good question.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people are not gonna like me for saying this, but it has to be the Dragon Lord just because of how iconic it is. And I also think,
Boo.
yeah, whatever. But the thing about it is,
Boo.
if you consider how old the skin is,
Yeah.
with how good the design is and the details in it compared to other skins from that time, I think it just stands out and it's iconic. You know, like it's one of those skins where you're a cool dude if you don't like it. I feel like it's almost like that. You know, it's cool to hate
okay.
the D-Lord.
All right.
It's like Drake.
So you're a hipster.
Yeah, exactly, a little bit. But it's like, for me, it's like when you use the D-Lore, there's always that some sort of
It's like
emotion
epic, like
with
a
it.
con.
Yeah,
Sure.
it's-
Yeah, it is one of those like.
Never
I think
held one.
Yeah.
so I
It's
don't
that
know.
next level skin. It was like one of the first next level skins. You know, like you were saying, even the Howl's price. Like at the time, it was contraband level, but
Okay, what's your favorite skin?
full emerald gamma Doppler knives. I'm waiting for the day
have to
that
pick
the
one.
Talon becomes a gamma Doppler.
You have to pick one.
Bayonet gamma Doppler.
Is that just because you have it, or
No, I have it because of the
do you
fact that I
prefer like
absolutely love it.
M9
Yeah.
era? Okay.
We touched
Fair.
on. I'm not gonna ask you because
Why? What's mine?
But launders doesn't know any skins.
Exactly.
That's why I
No,
let him,
I know what mine is.
That's why I lent him skins. It's like I went on launder stream. This is the most like fun I've ever had. I went on his stream, sent him skins. He's like, "What is this Navajazz knife?"
Navajazz.
Yeah. And he's like looking at it. He's like, "Wow, this is so cool." You know, it's the best thing.
I'm gonna
Like,
let you in on a
I
secret.
actually really didn't know how many friggin' skins there were.
He does it on purpose so that you keep sending him things.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
He knows what all the skins
okay
I
with
actually
bought a
are.
skin.
Don't ruin it for me.
I have a question.
Yeah.
You know, we're talking high-level trades. I'm curious whether, you know, like just to really, I think, quantify the scale of the skin the skin
Yeah.
ecosystem nowadays. What is the highest profile trade that you were ever a part of as a middleman?
A part of,
or,
okay.
You know,
Yeah.
tell me about it.
Yeah,
What was that
that's-
like? Because, you know, I think at some point, man, we're making history, dude, in terms of like digital items. Skins are the original NFTs.
Yeah, I mean, like the biggest deals have mainly been middleman deals, actually, because I've not really been a part of that many big deals myself. It's more like bigger items, but not like really, really large transactions. But the largest one by far is $500,000, which was 9 Titan Holos.
Sure.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and basically it
For
was a
people who don't know, how much is a Titan Hollow?
well, so the guy that sold it at the time wanted a premium because he had a larger supply. You know, he had like the largest supply of Titan Holos because there's not that many left in the game. So like, one could argue that if you have more, you have like a higher percentage of the share of all left, right?
Yeah, sure.
So like, he wanted a premium for that.
Yeah.
And at the time, like prices were doing a little bit better. So I think it was like around 60K-ish. But right now, the last sale is in the like 50 range. But so this was like just shy of $500,000, where it was a Russian buyer and a Chinese seller. So the Russians sent me $500,000 in Bitcoin, and I was like,
And then you
got somebody- I was
deactivated
gonna
Twitter,
say, man.
deleted your Steam, removed all your pictures
No.
from the internet.
I was scared, man. Like when
You're handling $500,000.
Yeah,
Imagine
'cause-
that in physical cash.
Yeah, because we didn't even agree on a tip. So it's like, I was just like, what if I lose $500,000 and have to pay this guy back? I'm not even getting anything out of it, right? I was scared.
That's stressful,
So I
man.
got like my hardware wallet, and then I received the 500K. I'm like, yeah, it's there.
Just handcuff your hardware
But
wallet to
then
your...
the worst thing happened, right? Only 8 of the stickers were tradable.
Oh,
So the Russian isn't happy. He's like,
Oh, man.
Where's the 9th? Like, don't send him the money before I get the 9th sticker.
Yeah. Oh my god.
And
now
I'm
you're
like, just handle it, guys, And then luckily,
Be cool,
the
be cool.
Chinese guy was
Yeah.
able to find one of his friends who had one, who then sent it to him, so then he would get the sticker back from him later.
Sure.
That's a tense
So like
situation.
after,
I was
don't
gonna
know,
say,
30
like,
minutes,
oh
whatever.
my God.
We always say like Counter-Strike is the best drug.
Yeah.
And in that case, you are the guy between 2 gangsters in the middle of a huge deal. Like, yo, chill, everybody, chill. Everybody's ready to back out. You're gonna get stuck with the. Yeah, that's a stressful. Okay,
I did get 1% though, I'll say.
Be honest.
Which is quite good.
Let's go.
That's a lot.
Let's go.
is there an adrenaline rush to deals at that level? Is it exciting?
I think it's more, it's just
seems
scary,
like
man.
stress, man,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's just stress.
Sure.
But as you said, like,
You're like
people,
not robbing
people
a
pay,
bank.
people
You just
pay,
have to make sure it happens.
Yeah, I mean, people pay attention to large deals, right? So for me, like for instance, when I was a middleman for that Scar Pattern AK that my friend bought for 150K, just having those skins in your inventory for a week or whatever is also cool because people pay attention to it and you're part of something and whatever. So
Part of
it's
history.
also good, like for my reputation to have handled that large amounts of money, right?
Yeah.
Like,
And look at you now. You're on blast.
yeah.
On blast, and you just launched a website.
Yeah.
Your own website.
Shout it
We got
out.
a couple minutes quickly. You want to tell us what it's all about? What's your next move? Because you've been making bigger and bigger moves. That's the history of zipeL. What's coming up next?
Well, basically, we just we really wanted to make a marketplace or something, where you can sell your skins, where you would get like the necessary information on your skins. like where pattern-based items or doublet faces were actually being accounted for, and then just like mixing that with auctions, which like the nature of auctions will always, if we get enough traffic, will drive the price up to a fair value. So that was just like the idea behind the site, and why we tried to build it, and just a fun adventure in making something. Because like the thing is, if you're in the community and everyone is helping each other, it's a fun thing to include others in. It's like when you're making this, when you've been that involved in the community, they're also everyone's helping and being nice about it. So it's just a fun thing. Yeah. So maybe we'll sell
Sometimes.
launder skins on the site. You can list them and then pay me after.
Can I have a page?
Yeah, you can have a page like launder
Let's
shop.
go.
Let's do it.
All right.
Listen,
And
man,
they're all my things, so
it's all
Yes, I
zipeL.
will list your items for sale.
He already took you to a date to Noma, man. Okay, you've already got a piece.
No,
of
we
zipeL.
split it.
I'm not done yet.
You don't have to tell people that.
No,
You
but-
just tell them that you are
You're trying to upsell me, man.
The
Like-
CS skins sugar daddy.
No, I'm not, man.
And I'm
We'll
really
give you free stuff.
Will
Nah.
just you. I had to pay for mine. And I thank you for your time, zipeL.
Yeah,
At
it was a
zipeL
pleasure.
CS, of course, on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. And
Yeah, that's about it.
He's trying to get to 100K, folks.
get him to 100K.
98.5K. He's trying to get to 100K so he can get verified.
Get him that
Be
badge.
considered a real YouTuber.
Do it all.
Compete with the best.
That's all we have today for the Overtime Show. We've got one more day tomorrow of Counter-Strike action for the second group before we'll have an off day.
Sub
Thank
to
you for
Propagator.
lunch, and thank you for your time today, zipeL.
Pleasure.
Much appreciated, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, we'll catch you in the next one. See you guys soon.
Sub to Propagator.
Yeah, it's up to pro.